Ever used a magnifying glass to focus sunlight onto a leaf? That is because a convex lens is a converging lens. Converge simply means to bring together. It takes scattered light rays and bends them all inward into one single spot. Why does light bend in glass? Think of riding your bicycle from a smooth road into thick grass at an angle. The moment your front tire hits the thick grass, it slows down while the back tire keeps rolling. What happens? Your handle pivots and turns. Light does the exact same thing when entering glass. It slows down and turns. Before drawing any ray diagram, set up two simple guides. 1. Draw a straight horizontal line through the middle. That is your principal axis. Think of it as the ground line. 2. Mark the exact bullseye center of the lens, called the optical center, O. And now, the focal points. Mark 2 more points on the axis, one on the left of O and one on the right, at equal distances from O. These 2 points are called F1 and F2. Remember, the focal points F1 and F2 sit right on the principal axis. Why does a focus F exist? Look at the shape of a convex lens. It is fat in the middle and thin at the edges. Top rays get bent down, bottom rays get bent up. The exact spot on the ground line where all these bent rays gather is called the focus F2. Shortcut 1, any ray traveling parallel to the ground line must bend and pass right through focus F2. Think of the focus as a magnet pulling parallel rays inward. Shortcut 2, any ray aimed straight at the optical center. O passes straight through without bending at all. Because at the exact center, the glass faces are flat, so the ray shoots through cleanly like a dart. Shortcut 3, the exact opposite of shortcut 1. If a ray passes through focus F1 first, it leaves the lens traveling completely flat and parallel to the ground line. Why is a real image upside down? Watch where the light goes, step by step. First, the flame. A ray from the top of the flame travels parallel to the axis. The lens bends it down through the focus F2, and after the focus, it keeps going down. Look. The flame's ray is now below the axis, so the flame's light lands at the bottom of the image. Now, the base. The base of the candle is below the axis. Its ray also travels parallel to the axis. The lens bends it up through the same focus F2, and it keeps going OP. Look, the base's ray is now above the axis, so the base's light lands at the top of the image. So the flame went from top to bottom, the base went from bottom to top. They swapped places. Top became bottom, bottom became top. That is why the image is upside down. Real images are always inverted. Here is how to score 5 full marks in your exam. Place your object beyond 2F1. Now pick any 2 shortcuts. Let us pick shortcut 1, parallel through F2, and shortcut 2, straight through O. Where those 2 lines cross, bam, draw your inverted arrow. That is your real, inverted, diminished image between F2 and 2F2.